Hello, hello, hello to anybody joining us. We are live. Woo! So welcome to Lunar Pumpkin. I am Emily Kalcher. I am an intuitive astrologer, tarot reader, and moon lover. And I aim to help you manifest your dreams into reality using the divine timing of the lunar cycle and using astrology as a tool for growth and so many other things. And I encourage you to use all the different tools of astrology and spirituality to basically improve your life. And I aim to follow my own values of compassion, loving kindness, and empowerment for all within everything I do. So today I am joined by a lovely guest. I have Tricia Foggo with me, all the way from Bermuda. And I will just introduce her briefly so that you know a little bit about her as well. So, Tricia is also an intuitive astrologer, as I say, based on the island of Bermuda. She has been interested in astrology from a young age and is a level 3 graduate of Debra Silverman School of Applied Astrology. She is also a certified moonologer through Boland's work, an infinite possibilities trainer, and a crystal healing therapist. Tricia guides spiritually aligned entrepreneurs, creatives, and coaches in harnessing astrological wisdom to gain clarity, confidence, and success in business and in life. So, welcome, Tricia. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Yeah, me too. So what time, remind me what time zone Bermuda is in? How many hours difference are we? Did you say it was like 11-ish?
We're in the Atlantic time zone, which is the same as like Halifax, Canada. So right now it's 11:21 a.m.
Yeah. And we got into the studio about 11:11, didn't we? Which was pretty cool.
And you are 3 hours ahead or 4 hours ahead?
We're 3:21.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's start off then. If you could let us know your sun, moon, and rising sign and a little bit about how they play out in your life.
Okay, so I'm Aries sun, Capricorn moon, and Pisces rising. And for me, that's the absolute perfect combination. I think I embody all of it pretty much every day. I'm definitely a leader. I think I lead with passion and enthusiasm. I have a lot of energy and I infuse it into everything I do. I go to the same coffee shop almost every day. And the other day, the girl serving me said, I love when you come in here because you have great energy and you lift the whole place up. I was like, oh, thanks. I also like making decisions on the fly. That's the Aries. And doing things impulsively, but they always work out. So I keep doing it that way. I'm not the one who thinks and plans and considers the pros and cons of a situation before I decide what to do. I think, I decide, I do. I'm impulsive. And that's like a beautiful Aries trait.
Yeah.
And I can also navigate all the obstacles that get in my way. They might make me tired, but they don't bring me down.
Perfect. Yeah, I also have a Capricorn moon, so I know about that kind of energy. But yeah, Aries is quite refreshing, and I don't have much in the way of fire within my chart. So yes, bring the fire, energize us all. Indeed,
that's what I'm here for, to bring the fire.
Yeah. Even though we have a Libra moon today, and we are Aquarius season as of about 8:30 tonight in the UK.
Yeah, so
I
like
looked it up this morning.
Here, yeah.
Yeah. So let's have a little think about your sort of journey to astrology and spirituality, and if you could talk a little bit about how you got here, that'd be really cool.
Okay, so I've been interested in astrology and the moon since I was a little kid. I can remember being 10 years old. I'm the youngest of 9 kids, and my mother wasn't an astrologer, but she dabbled in it. And I think she used it to figure us all out. I remember thinking when I was like 10, like, wow, you can like use astrology to figure people out. And so that sort of piqued my interest. And I was always mesmerized by the moon. Like when we would be in the car at night, I would just stare up at it, amazed, because it followed us everywhere we went. So it's been sort of a lifelong passion.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my route as well, following the lunar cycle. And as you know, I also did Debra Silverman School of Applied Astrology, and Yasmin Boland, who did Moonology. She was kind of my thought of, oh, well, actually, there's something in this. After sort of buying a load of her diaries, I thought, do you know what? I want to see what I can do with this. I mean, I didn't actually get around to completing Moonology because astrology took over. I sort of did that crossover, but yeah, it's quite interesting to look up and realize that we're sort of a part of the whole nature and everything around us, and things wax and wane, but so do we. We're all cyclical beings. It's not separate. It's not just one or the other. It's everything, in my view.
And when you know, like, you can roll with it instead of fighting it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you see the beautiful blue Bermuda water behind me?
I do, yes. And a palm tree as well.
That's the view.
So what's island life like? Yeah.
It's fun. It's kind of stress-free. It's completely different than the energy in the United States, which is where I'm originally from. I'm so glad to be here and not there.
Yeah, I've got a sort of plan that I want to move to Madeira at some point in my life.
Nice.
Well, my husband is aiming for 2027, but I don't know. Hopefully, if I can get more client base and everything else, and yeah, that would be amazing to be able to be working from there. Yeah, I'll probably do my yoga teacher training and be able to hopefully hold retreats of like new moons and full moons and stuff and put it all together. Nice. That'd just be so cool.
Yeah.
So getting back to a little bit more about you, which came first for you? Was it Moonology or was it the Applied Astrology for you?
I actually don't know. I tried to like
you don't know.
I'd have to probably research the classes that I took, but I didn't have time to do that. I think I became a moonologer before I became an astrologer. But I do know that it all happened during COVID. Like COVID was the deep dive for me. Like it gave me the time and space to go in and learn a lot more than I already, had known.
Yeah, same. It's the time to be able to work on ourselves and work out, well, what do we really want of life, especially as the world looked so bleak at that point. But thankfully, things are a lot better now. But there's still uncertainty in everything.
That was like I don't know. I hate to say it because so many people lost so much, but for me, it was a great breath of fresh air, and just the break I just loved it. I loved the world stopping.
Yeah, I loved the ability to be able to have more time, as it were, because you're sort of out of the rat race of everything. But yeah, we did lose my father-in-law that year. We worked out, oh my goodness, it's been 5 years now. Just it seems weird to have been without him for that amount of time. But I mean, yeah, yeah, swings and roundabouts. Obviously, it was his time, so you never know when your time is. And yeah, it is sad, but at the same token, he's been part of our lives already, and he'll still be part of our lives in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're frozen. It seems like you froze.
Can you hear me? Oh,
it
I'm
seems
back.
like you froze for a moment, but now I hear you.
Oh,
Yep, you're back.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Sorry about that.
No worries. I think we were on.
Oh,
we were going to go to question 4.
yeah. So if we're talking about things that you offer both moon readings and solar return readings and lots of other different things. Can you talk a little bit about your offerings?
Well, in a moon reading, I'm going to look at your chart and see where each new moon and full moon falls for like the next year, so that you can use the energy of the new moon and the full moon to like guide you. So with a moon reading, the focus is more on your emotions rather than your personality, like how you express your emotions, how you handle your emotions, or maybe how your emotions handle you. And a natal chart reading will be an overview of your whole chart. And a solar return reading will look at specific situations coming up for you from one birthday to the next. So they're all a little bit different. It just depends how, what area you want to focus on or how deep you want to go.
Yeah. I mean, do you have sort of a favorite of those that you like to work with, or is it just very whatever people want to do, you're open to it?
I like a regular natal chart reading, but I also like to do the moon ones because I'm so fascinated by the moon. And I like to tell people how they can, tap into the energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good fun. So I'm guessing this is about coaching and things, but infinite possibilities training. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, do you know Mike Dooley? He sends the notes from the universe. He's like a coach or a thought leader, and he has a big group. His basic premise is that thoughts become things. So he writes about it like every day. So the infinite possibilities training is his training.
Okay. So do you use that with clients at all?
I think that it's just become a part of my nature now. Just knowing that we can all manifest whatever we want to manifest.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So also, I know that you also love crystals like I do. So can you tell me a little bit about your crystal healing and things that you do with that?
So I got certified from Kyle Gray. So I learned a
Yeah. Oh, I don't think we can hear you.
I took his crystal therapy course. And so I do crystal healings both in person and remotely. And I use crystals every day. And I don't really have favorites. I usually gather for each new moon and full moon, I gather crystals that like resonate with the energy of each moon. Although I did look at my crystals, and I have a lot of amethyst and I have a lot of rose quartz. So maybe those are my favorites.
Okay. For me, I'm a Labradorite girl, although I do have some amber, and I do have quite a bit of amethyst as well, actually.
I have a list
But
of crystals that I want to get, and the list just grows and grows and grows.
of course.
I think there's more that I want than I have at this point.
Oh.
Even though I have 2 huge bowls of them, I still need more.
It's a lifelong journey with them, I think.
Indeed.
You can never have too many.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Although I do have lepidolite under my pillow, which I feel does kind of help a little bit with sleep. Although I know some people prefer amethyst for that, but for me, that just keeps you too awake and too alert. But that's probably because I'm very mercurial.
Someone is just knocking at my door, so I'm just going to pop off for 1 second.
Okay.
Right back.
All right, no worries. Perhaps if there's anybody about, you could share some of your favourite crystals in the comments and things you use them for. Yeah, I'm always wearing my crystals. I do have a rose quartz on me, and oh, okay, Tricia's back.
About that, it was my grocery.
Oh, sorry. There you go. Oh, right. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just inviting if there's anybody about to share what crystals and things they have and what they use them for in the comments and that sort of thing. I mean, I've always got something on me. I wear a necklace. I've got rose quartz, emerald garnet, and black tourmaline on me there. I've got some amber and a labradorite.
I need to get some jewelry. I just carry them in my pockets, but I want some jewelry. It's on my list.
Yeah. Let's think about some challenges and things. Are you happy to share some challenges that you've experienced in your life and how any of your spiritual practices might have helped those?
Well, I read this question a different way.
Oh, yeah,
I
sure.
read it as the challenges of me doing astrology.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Whichever way you prefer.
So I live on a small island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and religion and the church are the focal point for the majority of the population. So I've been at like some markets and things here where people have like shunned me or made comments that weren't nice, like astrology is the devil's work and stuff like that. It's not everybody. I have a lot of great clients and supporters who are locals. It's just some people.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people will judge things they don't understand as well. It's a lot deeper and more sort of earth and spiritual based than people realize. It's
I just bless them and move on.
Yeah. It's sad, but at the same token, we're not all the same, and variety is a spice of life or something.
For sure.
So what are some things that you're proud of?
Well, for 2025, for my word of the year, I chose illuminate. So I think I'm proud of my ability to lead people, to be a beacon, to guide people to their life path, like the path that they're supposed to be on. I think that's what I'm most proud of. like helping someone who's like totally lost. And then they're like,
Yeah.
how did I ever not know about this?
Yeah, I think it can be quite reassuring for people to realize that actually some things that they were born with are why they are the way they are, how they navigate the world around them. And actually, some of that's comforting. It's like, well, oh, it's as though you know my life story. Well, some of it's written there for you to see if you're able to interpret it. But obviously,
Right.
there is a lot of it that is just free will, and we can't live people's lives for them. It's up to them to navigate it. But we can provide some of the terrain. So, a planet in this sign or house might play out in this way. At best, it might be this. When it's not at its best, it might be this. It could be a mixture of things in the middle, but here's an idea of what might be coming up,
Right.
So
I
yeah.
like to call your natal chart your cosmic signature.
Yeah. Yeah, I sort of vary in how I describe it, but yeah, it can be a bit of a roadmap, but at the same token, it's a blueprint. It's so many different things.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of you, and then from there we can always grow and evolve. And yeah. So do you have any advice or tips for people that are just starting out in spiritual practices, or whether they're in business or just in their own personal development?
Just learn all you can, get your information from a lot of different sources, be open-minded, have fun with it, play with it, see how it affects you in your own life, and then it'll help you understand how it really affects us all.
Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. So should we have a little think about astrology for 2025, and particularly as we're just entering Aquarius season? Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, I think this year is sort of preparing us for big shifts that are coming. Like, we're going to be changing the way we communicate, the way we learn, the way we do business. So many things. I can't even fathom the changes that we're going to face. Can you?
Well, I know that obviously there's going to be a lot of focus on things to do with, what have we got? So we've got Neptune, but that clouds judgment, mind, everything anyway. But it can also be transcendence and spiritual awakenings and all these things. But moving into Aries, how do you think of Neptune in Aries? It's, well, if Aries is, as you say, it's self-starter, it's leadership, it's energetic but impulsive.
Mm-hmm.
Neptune,
I think people will be like driven to manifest their dreams.
Perfect. Contact your local astrologer. Well, I'm sure that anybody would be happy to help. But for a little bit on Aquarius season, Aquarius is a sign that is to do with compassion, but it's also to do with community and can be about progress and technology. And then it makes me think of AI and all that going on. But then just with everything, it can go too far, but it also can be beneficial in some ways. And it's navigating that with the politics and everything surrounding it. Yes. I think some of that's a bit scary, but some of it can be a bit fun and nuanced and in some ways progressive.
Aquarius is one of, I don't know, there's some signs that I'm more comfortable with. Aquarius just always seemed like out there to me. I just couldn't get a grasp on it.
We have a question, but it's very vague. So thank you for asking, Sunita. It depends what it is that you'd like to know, what kind of area of life, or what sign your sun sign is, your sign you were born under, or your rising sign, or anything in particular, because that's quite vague. But thank you for asking this question.
Handle it. I'm going to let you handle it, Emily, because I don't make predictions.
I'm more, I don't make a prediction that is that vague, unfortunately, but I tend to suggest that people come for a reading, so it's more personalized and nuanced. But thank you for asking.
Give us a little more information, Sunita.
Yeah. Right, so we've talked a little bit about our sort of like astrology ideas. It is such a huge thing because there's obviously so many different planets changing signs. Again, well, I would suggest booking a reading in with one of us because that I'm not going to pull a specific chart for you for free like that. But I say if you would like a reading, then I'm sure that near the end of our talk, Tricia can give details, and can also give details if you would like to book a reading with either of us. But thank you for asking questions and things. I appreciate the comments. Where were we?
Around question 13.
Okay, well, that's a big one, and actually that's interesting too. So how do you manifest your dreams into reality and stay consistent with your goals and things? I always ask everyone this question, and I get so many different results.
Well, manifestation is not magic. It happens to everyone every day. I write my goals down every day. I meditate, I visualize, I speak it to the universe. I have a list, and then I feel so much joy when I tick an item off my list when it has happened. So you think, I want a cup of coffee. You go and get your coffee, and you have your cup of coffee. That's manifestation. You've just manifested a cup of coffee. It's not that difficult. We do it all day.
Yeah, there's definitely one way of looking at it. I would suggest that actually, yeah, it can be that simple, but it can also be things on like longer term goals and dreams and things. And as long as we're taking a few action steps as well as sort of visualizing how we want it to be, so it's seeing the wish fulfilled, as it were.
Yeah, but, like I am simplifying it, but like when I do my new moon, you know, what
intentions, goals, whatever.
Yes, I lost the word intentions.
Just
flew out of my head. When I do my intentions, I am thinking like in the immediate present, a little bit into the future, and long term, like a year or two or more away. So I do intentions for all of that.
Yeah, brilliant.
Present and future.
Yeah,
and big dreams.
I mean, I write a blog as well. So in my blogs, I tend to talk about the larger lunation cycles as well, the lunar gestation cycles. So like, I don't know whether you know about those so much, but like every 9 months, we then have the next phase of something that was set. So the new moon to quarter moons to full moons, etc., rather than just every month or whatever, you know.
Yes, I don't know a lot about that. I know that's how it's done, but it's not what I focus on. But I do follow an astrologer, Celeste.
Yes, I've had her on my channel. I love her. She's amazing.
So I read her, and she helps me understand like that bigger picture.
Yeah, Celeste Brooks, we love you.
Yes.
I do love obviously using manifestation in my life, and working with the lunar cycle, hence my company, well, my business name, but I'm actually likely to change that slightly this year to make sure that people realize it's about astrology and not Halloween and whatever else people decided that pumpkins were about. Although for me, yeah, I was going to change it to Emily Lunar Astrology instead, but the whole significance originally of the pumpkin was more to do with the wheel of the year and to do with prosperity, but that's obviously not translated so well to everybody when I've talked about it. So yeah,
I always wondered like how you came up with that name.
But also because my husband calls me Pumpkin.
Okay.
So it's just like, oh well, yeah, that's me. But and the hands sort of holding space for community and people in readings and however else I show up and support people. So the hands will probably still stay, and most of the name will stay, but I'm an astrologer foremost. But I still do a little bit of tarot, and I still incorporate spiritual practices within things I do, and suggest things within my blogs I write, of like a bit of yoga here and there, a bit of chanting, a bit of whatever else. Yeah.
Where do you post your blog?
So I host it on my website, so lunar-pumpkin. But I also link to it throughout my Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, and I share, I think it's like about 3 or 4 pages of it within my social media. But it usually ends up it's about 15 pages of total blog. It's like a huge breakdown of like, okay, here it is by your rising sign, and here's all these other things, and here's the aspects and what it could show up as. So yes, it's
too
quite
much
a lot.
detail for this Aries girl. Oh well, this is interesting. Oh well, hi banana. Hi banana.
That's amusing. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I do have a group on WhatsApp. It's called the Astroblast group, and I deliver a morning message each morning, Monday through Friday, on the daily astrological energies. And it's really best for people in the Eastern or Atlantic time zone or close to that time zone, because I do it early in the morning, like 7 o'clock or so. I also have the Moon Magic Monthly membership group, and that's for moon lovers. We meet twice a month on the new moon and the full moon. We have a gathering to honor the moon, and then my partner in Moon Magic Monthly is a Reiki master, so we do the moon stuff, and then we end it with a distance Reiki session.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And I really just want people to know that we all have the ability to create the life we want every single day.
Yes.
And I am available for mentoring, for guidance, anytime.
That leads me on to, so how can people best connect with you? Share us your details.
So I am Bermuda Fog Astrology on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and LinkedIn. My website is Bermuda Fog Astrology. It has dashes in between the words, but if you just type in Bermuda Fog Astrology, you're going to find me. Yeah. You can email me, you can message me. I usually respond right away.
Brilliant. Well, of course, do contact Tricia if you would like to on the links and things she's provided. And thank you to everybody who's joined us now and in future. So I would suggest, we've just had a question again. So yes, Tricia did just say she's a WhatsApp group. Maybe it'd be best to contact her through her socials or email her to find all that information out.
The WhatsApp group is my daily astroblast.
Yeah. I personally don't have a WhatsApp group, but I do have, as say, all within my show notes. It does say about what I offer. So yes, I have a blog on my website, but I also do offer readings of astrology or tarot. But yeah, it's all at lunar-pumpkin.com.
Nice.
So thank you so much for joining me, Tricia. And if our listeners like our talk and they want to see anything more, or any more guests I have in future, or anything from people I've interviewed, such as Celeste Brooks, who we've already mentioned, and lots of other different people, do please like, subscribe, share with friends, family, etc. And I will wrap up here. You're welcome to stay a little bit behind the scenes if you want to, Tricia. But thank you, everybody. I'm going to end now.
Thanks so much. It was a pleasure.
It was.